అవును.
రేపు జరిగే ఎగ్జామ్లో ఈ క్లాసిఫికేషన్ మీద ప్రతి దాని మీద ఒక క్వశ్చన్ ఉంటుంది, ఎలాంటి డౌట్ లేదు. దృష్టిలో పెట్టుకొని చెప్పాలి. ఓకే, నౌ కమింగ్ టు అనదర్ టాపిక్. దిస్ ఇస్ ఫ్రూట్. Now, after the completion of fertilization, okay, ovary present in a flower. Ovary, it develops into a fruit. Ovary develops into a fruit. Okay, so fruit is nothing but fertilized ovary. Fruit is defined as fertilized ovary. Okay. At the same time, the ovules present inside the ovary develops into the seeds. So seed is defined as fertilized ovule. Fruit is defined as fertilized ovary. Formation of fruits. This is the characteristic fruit of characteristics of angiosperms. Angiosperms. All angiosperms, they show the development of fruit after fertilization. And these seeds are also found in not only gymnosperms and also present in angiosperms. Very important point ఏంటంటే gymnosperms are fruitless seed producing plants. Fruitless seed producing plants. Angiosperms are seed and fruit producing plants. That is the existence of fruits and seeds. At the same time, you know, every fruit is also represented by a fruit wall. Such fruit wall is considered as a pericarp. Fruit wall is also represented by pericarp. Every fruit is surrounded by a wall. Such wall of fruit, this is called pericarp. Similarly, you know, in some members, fruits are directly developed from the ovary without fertilization. Very important. Without fertilization. Actually, ovaries develop simply a fruit after fertilization. But in some members, fruits are directly developed from unfertilized ovaries. Now, fruits are developed directly from ovary without fertilization. Such phenomenon, this is considered as parthenocarpy. This is called parthenocarpy. Parthenocarpy means formation of fruits directly from ovaries without fertilization. Formation of fruits from unfertilized ovaries. This is considered as parthenocarpy. Some of the examples for this parthenocarpy, one is grapes and also banana. They are the most important examples. Banana and also grapes. You know, parthenogenetically fruits are usually seedless. Very important. Parthenocarpic fruits are usually seedless. Because of this reason, these fruits are commercially valuable. So that is parthenocarpy. Especially the pericarp present in fruits. Okay, actually fruits are divided into two types. Fruits are divided into two types. Broadly, they are divided into two types. One is false fruits, and other one is true fruits. False fruits and true fruits. That is very important. మీరు అలా చెప్పేది మొత్తం రాసుకుంటా పోతే ఇంట్లో చెప్పేది ఫస్ట్ వినడం మెయిన్. అలా అని చెప్పి రాయకూడదు. ఓకేనా? మెయిన్ ఇక్కడ వినడం. Fruits are divided into false fruits and true fruits. Okay? False fruits means the fruit which is developed from any part of the flower along with ovary. That is called false fruits. Similarly, True fruit is defined as the fruit which is developed from ovary, that is called true fruit. Ovary నుంచి యాక్చువల్గా ఫ్రూట్ ఓవరీ నుంచే వస్తుంది. అలా ఓవరీ నుంచి ఏర్పడే ఫ్రూట్స్ ని ట్రూ ఫ్రూట్స్ అంటారు. Most of the fruits are true fruits and are developed from ovaries or flowers. But sometimes some of the floral parts they also contribute to the fruit formation. The fruit which is developed from any part of the flower along with ovary, that is considered as false fruit. So these false fruits in some members, false fruits in case of apple, okay, and also apple and strawberry, okay, apple and strawberry. False fruit is developed from thalamus, very very important, thalamus. Actually the edible part of this apple, this is fleshy thalamus. This is మనం యాపిల్లో మనం తినేటువంటి భాగం చూసారా, అది ఏంటి అని వాస్తవానికి అది ఏంటంటే ఇది thalamus. ఓకే, thalamus it develops into a fleshy edible part. Fleshy thalamus is edible part in case of apple, Pyrus malus. Scientific name of apple is Pyrus malus, Pyrus, Pyrus malus. But at the same time, in case of strawberry and also apple, thalamus it develops into a false fruit. Similarly, in case of anacardium, okay, this is also called cashew nut, anacardium cashew nut. In case of this anacardium, pedicel it develops into a false fruit. Pedicel develops into a false fruit. For example, this is the diagram of anacardium occidentalis. Okay, ఎలా గమనించండి విద్యార్థి, ఎలా ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, ఇది చూసారు ఎక్కడైనా కండి చేడి మామిడి అంటారు. This is the pedicel. Okay, pedicel it develops into a false fruit. Original ovary it develops into a true fruit. Okay, this is false fruit. Pedicel it develops into a juicy succulent false fruit, and ovary it develops into original true fruit. This fruit is also true fruit is represented by two cotyledons, and they are highly rich in nutrients and also commercially used. మనం తినేటువంటి ఆ పప్పులు ఉన్నాయి చూసారా, ఆ పప్పులు అనేది ఏంటి ఇక్కడ cotyledons. ఎక్కడ ఉంటాయి ఆ cotyledons? Present inside the fruit. In action with these two fruits, this pedicel it also develops into a small succulent, juicy, succulent false fruit. Very very important. ఏంటి ఇక్కడ మనం పెట్టుకోవాల్సిందంటే what are false fruits and which parts of the flower they develops into false fruit in apple, strawberry and anacardium occidentalis అని అంటారు. Very very important. The fruit which is developed from any part of the flower along with ovary, that is considered as false fruit. In case of apple and strawberry, this false fruit is developed from thalamus. But in case of anacardium occidentalis, it is developed from the pedicel. This is false fruit, nothing but pedicel, and this is true fruit. This is ripened ovary. Ripened ovary means fertilized ovary. So this is the first category of fruits, that is false fruits. Okay, now coming to true fruits. Very very important. ఇవే ఎక్కువ భాగం ఉన్నటువంటి ఫ్రూట్స్. ఓకే, ట్రూ ఫ్రూట్స్. The fruits which are developed from ovary, they are considered as true fruits. Ovary నుంచి వచ్చే ఫ్రూట్స్ అన్ని ట్రూ ఫ్రూట్స్. ఓవరీ కాకుండా ఫ్లవర్లో ఇంకేదైనా ఫ్లోరల్ పార్ట్ కాంట్రిబ్యూట్ చేస్తే అప్పుడు వాటిని ఏమంటాము? ఫాల్స్ ఫ్రూట్స్. True fruits, they are developed from ovary. So depending upon the pericarp, the nature of pericarp, these true fruits are also divided into two categories. One is fleshy fruits. One is fleshy fruits, and second one, this is dry fruits. Fleshy fruits and dry fruits. There are two categories of fruits. ఇక్కడ మనం చెప్తున్నాం ప్రతి ఫ్రూట్ని సరౌండ్ చేస్తూ ఒక పెరికార్ప్ ఉంటుంది, ఫ్రూట్ వాల్. Depending upon the nature of pericarp, these two fruits are also divided into two types. One is fleshy fruits, second one is dry fruits. But what is the difference between the pericarp of these fleshy fruits and the dry fruits? In case of fleshy fruits, pericarp is remain fleshy. Pericarp is remain fleshy. Okay, and in case of, and it is also differentiated into three layers. Outermost layer of the pericarp, that is called epicarp. Epi means outer, epicarp. And middle layer of pericarp in fleshy fruits, this is called mesocarp. Mesocarp. Similarly, innermost layer of this fleshy layers or the pericarp, this is considered as endocarp. There are total three layers. ఒకవేళ పెరికార్ప్ ఫ్లెషీగా ఉంటే ఈ ఫ్రూట్స్లో లాగా, ఇన్ కేస్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ ఫ్లెషీ ఫ్రూట్స్, దిస్ పెరికార్ప్ ఇస్ రిమైన్ ఫ్లెషీ. ఫ్లెషీ అంటే అది ఎలా ఉంటుంది, పల్ప్ లాగా, పల్ప్ గుజ్జు లాగా తయారు. అండ్ ఇట్స్ ఆల్సో డిఫరెన్షియేటెడ్ టు త్రీ లేయర్స్. వన్ ఇస్ ఎపికార్ప్, outermost epicarp, then it is followed by central pericarp, and this is also represented by innermost layer, this is called endocarp. It is divided into three layers in case of fleshy fruits. But what about in case of dry fruits? In case of these dry fruits, it is dry, it is remain dry, it is not fleshy, it is remain dry, hard and dry, and it is undifferentiated. Very, very important. Undifferentiated, indivisible, undifferentiated. Only one layer is there, and it is not divided into epicarp, meso, and endocarp. And it is remain dry, and it is undifferentiated. That is the nature of pericarp in dry fruits and fleshy fruits. In case of fleshy fruits, this pericarp is remain fleshy, and is also differentiated into three layers. But in dry fruits, it will remain dry. At maturity of fruits, the pericarp remain dry, and it is undifferentiated. Only one layer is there, and it is not differentiated into three layers. That is the difference between pericarp of fleshy fruits and dry fruits. At the same time, in case of these fleshy fruits, these pericarp is differentiated into three layers, and these three layers in fleshy fruits, they are also different. మూడు లేయర్స్లో ఉంటాయి, కానీ ఈ మూడు లేయర్స్ ఒకలాగానే ఉండాలని రూల్ లేదు. డిపెండింగ్ అపాన్ ద నేచర్ ఆఫ్ దీస్ త్రీ లేయర్స్ ఇన్ ఫ్లెషీ ఫ్రూట్స్. నౌ ద ఫ్లెషీ ఫ్రూట్స్, దే ఆర్ డివైడెడ్ ఇంటూ టోటల్ 5 types. This is the classification of fleshy fruits depending upon the nature of pericarp, depending upon the nature of epi, meso, and endocarps. Total fleshy fruits are divided into 5 types. వాటిలో ఉన్న ఈ లేయర్స్ యొక్క నేచర్ బట్టి అన్నింటిలో ఒకలాగా ఉండాలి. అన్నింటిలోనూ 3 లేయర్స్ ఉంటాయి, కానీ అన్నింటిలో ఒకే రకంగా ఉంటుంది, తేడా. సో డిపెండింగ్ అపాన్ ద నేచర్ ఆఫ్ pericarp, these fleshy fruits are divided into total 5 types. That is, one is one. This is very, very important. Berry. One is berry. Okay, one. Second one, this is pome. Second one, pome. And third one, pepo. Pepo. And fourth type of fleshy fruits, this is hesperidium. Okay, this is hesperidium. And the last type of fleshy fruits, this is root. This is called root. There are total 5 types. Okay, అన్ని fleshy fruits. All of them fleshy fruits. In all these fruits, these pericarpus remain fleshy. In all these members, this pericarp is also differentiated into epicarp, mesocarp and endocarp. But the nature of this epi, meso, endocarps are different in different kinds of fleshy fruits. Depending upon the nature of a pericarp and fleshy fruits, they are also divided into 5 types. Now coming to one by one, what is the nature of pericarp and what are the relevant examples of these fleshy fruits? One, this is berry. Okay. Actually, this berry fruit is developed from bi or multi-carpellary superior ovary. Okay, superior ovary. ఎలాంటి ఓవరీ నుంచి ఈ ఫ్రూట్స్ ఏర్పడతాయి అంటే బై ఆర్ మల్టీ-కార్పెల్లరీ superior ovary. ఏంటి బై మల్టీ-కార్పెల్లరీ? బై మీన్స్ 2 కార్పెల్స్. ఓకే, ఇలాంటి ఓవరీలో 2 కార్పెల్స్ అని ఉండొచ్చు, అనేకమైన ఉండొచ్చు. బై ఆర్ మల్టీ-కార్పెల్లరీ సింకార్పస్. సింకార్పస్ మీన్స్ యునైటెడ్. అపోకార్పస్, సింకార్పస్. అపోకార్పస్ means dionysian with 3 carpels is called apocarpus. Dionysian with united or fused carpels is called syncarpus. Here, bi or multi-carpellary syncarpus superior ovary, it helps in the formation of berry fruits. Here, very important, epicarp is thin, very thin. Epicarp is very thin, and mesocarp and endocarp. Mesocarp and endocarp, they are completely fused to form the pulp. Mesocarp and endocarp, they are completely fused to form the fruit pulp. Seeds are only the hard portions. Seeds are only the hard portions inside the fruit. That is considered as berry fruit. ఎలా ఉంటుంది ఇక్కడ అంటే మనం చూస్తున్నాం, ఎపికార్ప్ చాలా థిన్గా ఉంటుంది. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మీకు ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ అయితే ఈజీగా ఉంటాయి. ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్, వన్ ఇస్ టొమాటో అండ్ బ్రింజల్, ఓకే, అండ్ గ్రేప్స్ అండ్ గువా అండ్ ఆల్సో బనానా. Okay, these are the best examples for these type of berry fruits. మనకు టొమాటోలో మనం గమనించాలి. Tomato fruit is also surrounded by very thin red colored epicarp. It's right up. Very thin red colored epicarp. Next to this epicarp, mesocarp and endocarp, they are completely fused to form pulp. మొత్తం లోపల మీసోకార్ప్, ఎండోకార్ప్ మొత్తం మిక్స్ అయిపోయి పల్ప్, గుజ్జులాగా ఏర్పడుతుంది. దట్ ఈస్ ద నేచర్ ఆఫ్ berry fruits. Inside this type of berry fruits, only the seeds are hard portions. Except seeds, entire fruit is it is very fleshy and it is also it develops into the pulp, fruit pulp. For example, here tomato, multi-seeded berries. Multi-seeded, many seeds are there. And brinjal, multi-seeded. Grapes, multi-seeded. And especially in case of parthenocarpic fruits, in parthenocarpic fruits, seeds are completely opposite, seedless. And in case of guava, multi-seeded. And banana, multi-seeded. But the seeds are not fertilized because they are parthenocarpic fruits. Similarly, single-seeded berry fruits are present in date forms. Single-seeded berry. Okay? Single-seeded berry, that is date form. This is example for single-seeded berry. ఈ అన్ని బెర్రీస్లో అనేక ఉంటాయి సీడ్స్, కానీ డేట్ ఫామ్ is also a type of fleshy fruit, but only one seed is there. Single-seeded berry fruit is formed in date form. Okay, this is very important. Berry fruit is developed from bi or multi-carpellary syncarpus superior ovary. Epicarp is very thin Mesocarp and endocarp, they are completely fused to form the fruit pulp. Seeds are only the hard portions. Example: tomato, brinjal, tomato, lycoperdon, brinjal, solanum, grapes, vitis, and guava, okay, Psidium guava, and banana, musa. Single-seeded berries are present in date form. This is the first type of fruits, and this is example for it. All these examples for this berries. Okay. Now coming, it is very important data. Okay? For example, in tomato, in all these berries, what are the edible parts? What is the edible part of these berries? What about in banana? For example, banana is also one of the berry fruit. What is the edible part in banana? In all these berries, mesocarp and endocarp, they are edible parts. For example, in a banana, epicarp is leathery. It's like a epicarp banana ఎలా ఉంటుంది, మందంగా ఉంటుంది, స్కిన్ లాగా. మనం దాన్ని తీస్తాం కదా, ఆ తీసేటువంటిది ఏంటది? ఎపికార్ప్. టొమాటోలు అయితే ఎపికార్ప్ is thin, but in case of banana, epicarp is leathery. Leathery means very thick. And meso and endocarps, they form the fruit pulp. Such a fruit pulp, this is the edible part in all smells. Fruit pulp is the edible part. Right? Endocarp and mesocarp, they are edible parts. Right. Now coming to the next one. This is foam. Okay. So this type of foam, it is developed from bi or multicarpellary syncarpous inferior ovary. Very, very important. ఈ రెండు ఒకటే, జాగ్రత్తగా గమనించండి. ఈ రెండు ఒకటే, కాకపోతే ఇది superior ovary, ఇది inferior. This is superior ovary and this is inferior. Bi or multicarpellary syncarpous inferior ovary. Foam fruit is developed from bi or multicarpellary syncarpous inferior ovary. Here, ఇక్కడ very, very important. Thalamus develops into a false fruit. Thalamus develops into a false fruit. And true fruit, okay, true fruit is also cartilaginous. True fruit is cartilaginous and it also holds few seeds. In this type of plants, thalamus develops into a type of false fruit, that is strawberry and apple. Apple is the best example for this fruit. Apple is example. For example, ఇక్కడ దీన్ని గమనించండి. This is apple fruit. Okay. This is apple fruit. Okay. This fruit is true fruit. This is developed from ovary. Okay na? This is true fruit. లోపల వైపున మనం కట్ చేసి మనం పక్కన పెట్టేస్తాం చూసారా, దాంట్లో విత్తనాలు కూడా ఉంటాయి, ఎన్నో కలుగుతాయి. That is true fruit. It is developed from ovary. This true fruit, that is considered as foam. The true fruit is considered as foam and it is developed from bi or multicarpellary syncarpous inferior. This is real fruit, true fruit, because it is developed from ovary. Along with this true fruit, thalamus, it also continued along with the true fruits, and thalamus it develops into a fleshy, succulent false fruit. This is nothing but thalamus. Okay. Along with the true fruit present inside it, thalamus it also develops into a fleshy, succulent false fruit. This false fruit is edible. True fruit is not edible. It is cartilaginous. Cartilaginous means it is also divided into 1 or 2 chambers. And it also holds very few number of seeds, 3 or 4 seeds, and it is not edible. Surrounding this true fruit, thalamus it develops into a succulent edible false fruit. What is the edible part of apple? What is the edible part of apple? Thalamus. What is the edible part of apple? Thalamus. And centrally located true fruit is not edible and it holds one or two seeds, and this is cartilaginous. Cartilaginous means it is divided into chambers, two chambers, around chambers. Cartilaginous means divided into chambers and it holds very few number of seeds. Surrounding this true fruit there is a edible succulent fleshy thalamus. Such a fleshy thalamus forms the false fruit, and in case of apple, false fruit is edible. That is, thalamus is edible. Best example for this type of fruits. This is apple. Iris, scientific name Iris mavis. Scientific name is Iris mavis. This is fruit. Okay. Now coming to the third one. This is pepo. Very very important. This type of pepo, it is developed from tricarpellary unilocular inferior ovary. Tricarpellary unilocular inferior ovary. Already know, one of the classification is also present in this type of ovary. Which classification is present in tricarpellary syncarpus unilocular inferior ovary? That is hierarchical classification. This fruit is a characteristic fruit of family Cucurbitaceae. Cucurbitaceae, family Cucurbitaceae. Some of the examples from this family. One is cucumber, watermelon, pumpkins, bitter gourd. All of them belong to family Cucurbitaceae. Characteristic fruit of family Cucurbitaceae. This is pepo. Tricarpellary unilocular syncarpus inferior ovary. This is considered as pepo fruit. Here, very very important. Epicarp is thin. Epicarp is thin, like berries. Here, mesocarp and endocarp, they are completely fused to form the pulp-like structure. Same, just like in berries. Endocarp and mesocarp, they are completely fused. Okay? At the same time, this type of fruit, thalamus, okay, thalamus, it is completely fused with epicarp, leading to the formation of very hard rind-like structure. Very hard rind. This is very hard and rind. Some of the examples, this is cucumber and also bottle gourd, etc. For example, this is the fruit. Jagatta gamanchindini ila undi. Okay. Ila undi kada sorakai. మనం గమనించే ఉంటాం. మనం ఎప్పుడైనా ఒక సొర చెట్టును వేస్తే కదా, ఇవన్నీ కాయలు కాసేసిన తర్వాత ఒక మంచి కాయను మనం ఏం చేస్తామంటే వదిలేస్తాం చెట్టుపై. ఒకటో రెండో వదిలేస్తాం. ఎందుకని వదిలేస్తామంటే నెక్స్ట్ ఇయర్కి మళ్ళీ సీడ్స్ కావాలి, మనకు వదిలేస్తాం. ఈ వదిలేసిన కాయ బాగా పెద్దదైపోయిన తర్వాత, ఒక నెల దాటిన తర్వాత, బాగా ఎండిపోయిన తర్వాత మనం కనుక టచ్ చూసుకొని శబ్దం వస్తుంది. టక్ టక్ అని శబ్దం వస్తుంది. ఇలా ఆ సౌండ్ వస్తుంది. అది ఎలా తయారవుతుందంటే పై వైపు మొత్తం ఒక పెంకు లాగా తయారవుతుంది. హార్డ్ విండ్, పెంకు అంటాం మన భాషలో, పెంకు అంటాం. పెంకులాగా తయారవుతుంది. హార్డ్ విండ్, వెయిట్లెస్ అయిపోతుంది. లోపల కాంటెంట్ మొత్తం డ్రై అయిపోతుంది. విత్తనాలు మాత్రం మిగిలి ఉంటాయి. వెయిట్లెస్ అయిపోయి టక్ టక్ సౌండ్ వస్తుంది. అంత హార్డ్ అవుతుంది. ఒకప్పుడు దీన్ని ఏం చేసేవాళ్ళంటే ఇటువైపున రంధ్రం చేసేసి పై వైపున ఈ లోపల ఉన్న విత్తనాలు కాంటెంట్ మొత్తం తీసి ఈ రిండ్ని ఇట్స్ ఆల్సో యూస్డ్ యాస్ వాటర్ ట్యాంక్. వాటిలో వాటర్ పోసుకొని తీసుకెళ్ళిపోయారు. వాటర్ బ్యాగ్లో ఉపయోగించారు. At the same time, the rings of some of the members of this Cucurbitaceae members, the hard rings, they are also used in the making of musical instruments. పాములు పట్టేవాళ్ళ దగ్గర ఒక ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్ ఉంటుంది చూసారా, పాములు పట్టేవాళ్ళ దగ్గర ఒక ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్ ఉంటుంది, మ్యూజికల్ ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్ అలా ఉంటుంది. ఇది కూడా ఇదే రెండు. కొంతమంది సోది చెప్తామంట, ఇళ్ళ వరకు తిరుగుతూ ఉంటారు, గమనించాలి ఎప్పుడైనా పల్లెల్లో గమనిస్తాం మనం. వాళ్ళ దగ్గర ఒక ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్ ఉంటుంది, ఇలా వాంచుకుంటూ వస్తాం పెడలు. దిస్ ఇస్ వెరీ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. Mesocarp and endocarp, they are completely fused to form the fruit pulp like this. At the same time, thalamus of the flower is also fused with the epicarp, leading to the formation of a very hard rind. Such a rind is also used in the making of musical instruments. Such a rind is nothing but thalamus and epicarp. This fruit is pepo and is present in the family members. Some of the examples are bottle gourds, pumpkins, ఇలాంటివన్నీ వస్తాయి. ఓకే, దిస్ ఇస్ pepo. Now coming to the next one, Hesperidium, very very important, Hesperidium. So this type of Hesperidium is generally developed from multicarpellary and multilocular syncarpous superior ovary. Multicarpellary, multilocular, more than many locules and many carpels are there, and all these carpels are completely fused, syncarpous. Ovaries are superior. Multicarpellary, multilocular, syncarpous superior ovary. That is the ovary that participates in the formation of Hesperidium fruit. Similarly, this fruit is the characteristic fruit of family Rutaceae. Family Rutaceae, very very important, family Rutaceae. Some of the examples for this Rutaceae, citrus species, citrus, lemon is one of the best example. Lemon is one of the best example. Nento chudi ee lemon vishayaniki vaste ila undi. For example, this is epicarp. Epicarp is thick, very very thick. Epicarp is thick. Okay, and this is mesocarp and endocarp. Okay, this is lemon. Epicarp is very thick, leathery. Epicarp is leathery. Okay, and mesocarp is papery. Mesocarp is papery. Very thin white color layers are there. మనం నిమ్మ చెట్టు మనం తీసే ఉంటాం, నిమ్మ కానీ ఆరెంజెస్ మనం వరుస్తాం కదా, పైన ఎల్లో కలర్లో మందమైన లెదరీ ఎపికార్ప్ ఉంటుంది. దాన్ని తీసేసిన తర్వాత ఏముంటుంది, వెరీ థిన్ పేపరీ మీసోకార్ప్. అండ్ ఎండోకార్ప్ ఇస్ డివైడెడ్ ఇంటూ number of small chambers filled with juicy edible hairs. Juicy edible hairs. Endocarp is represented by number of edible juicy hairs like this. ఇక్కడ చూసారా, ఇలాంటివి ఉంటాయి. ఓకే, ఇలాంటి భాగాలు ఉంటాయి, గమనించారా? మనం ఒక ఆరెంజ్ వలిస్తే కనుక లోపల చాంబర్స్ ఉంటాయి, చాంబర్స్లో ఇలాంటి నిండి ఉంటాయి, అన్ని జ్యూస్తో నింపబడి ఉంటాయి. హెయిర్స్, జ్యూసీ ఎడిబుల్ హెయిర్స్. జ్యూసీ ఎడిబుల్ హెయిర్స్ ఆఫ్ ఎండోకార్ప్. దిస్ ఈస్ ఎడిబుల్ పార్ట్ ఇన్ హెస్పెరిడియం, దట్ ఈస్ రూటేసియే మెంబర్స్ లైక్ సిట్రస్. ఇంకొక విషయం గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాలి, వెరీ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. హియర్ leathery epicarp is there. This leathery epicarp, it is also represented by some volatile oil glands. Volatile oil glands. Number of volatile oil glands are present in epicarp. మనం ఆరెంజ్ కానీ నిమ్మ ఇలాంటి వాటిని మనం ఒలిచేటప్పుడు చూస్తాం, కొన్ని ఆయిల్స్ రిలీజ్ అవుతాయి, గమనించారా? ఆరెంజ్ మనం ఒలిచేటప్పుడు ఆయిల్స్ రిలీజ్ అవుతాయి, మంచి స్మెల్ కూడా ఉంటాయి, ఆయిల్స్ రిలీజ్ అవుతాయి. This epicarp, leathery, epicarp is very leathery, very thick and leathery, and it is also contain some edible, epicarp is also contain some volatile oil glands, and mesocarp is papery, white color. Endocarp is divided into number of chambers. Every chamber is also filled with some amount of edible juicy hairs. These edible juicy hairs are edible. These juicy hairs are edible. Juicy hairs edible. అన్నారైతే ఎండోకార్పస్ edible అన్న కూడా రైట్. ఎండోకార్పులోనే ఉంటాయి ఇవి. సో many seeds are found in a axile classification. చూసారా ఇక్కడ సెంటర్లో ఒక యాక్సిస్ ఉంటుంది, ఒక యాక్సిస్ ఉంది, దాంట్లో సీడ్స్ అవుతుంది. సో is developed from multicarpellary multilocular syncarpous superior bone formed in Rutaceae members. Example: citrus, lemon. Epicarp is leathery, contain number of volatile oil plants. Mesocarp is papery and white colored. Endocarp is divided into number of chambers. Every chamber is filled with some amount of edible juicy hairs and are edible. Many seeds are found in axile classification. They are attached to the central axis. Axile classification. This is Hesperidium fruit. Okay, this is Hesperidium. Now coming to the next one. This is drupe. So this drupe fruit, it differs from some other fruits. How it differs from all these fleshy fruits? Drupe it differs from all these fleshy fruits due to presence of only one seed. This is a single seeded berry. Very, very important. This is a single seeded berry. What is a single seeded? What is single seeded fleshy fruit? What is single seeded fleshy fruit? All these fleshy fruits. But what is a single seeded fleshy fruit? Drupe is a single seeded fleshy fruit. Of course, berries date form is also single seeded. ఇది ఒకటి ఎగ్జాంపుల్. మిగిలినవి మల్టీ సీడెడ్. Total fruit ఒకే సీడ్ కలిగి ఉంటుంది. Single seeded fleshy fruit. This is a drupe fruit. And this drupe fruit is also characterized by stony endocarp. Very, very important. Stony endocarp. Endocarp ఎలా ఉంటుంది ఇక్కడ? Stony, strong గా ఉంటుంది. Is represented by stony endocarp. Okay. Similarly, some of the examples for these berry fruits or these drupe fruits. There are two examples for this drupe fruits. One is one is mango. One is mango, and other one is coconut. Mango fruits and coconut, they are examples for drupe fruits, single seeded fleshy fruits. Okay, here this type of drupe fruit is developed from multicarpellary or unicarpellary superior ovary. ఎక్కడి నుంచి వస్తుంది ఇది? Unicarpellary superior ovary. Unicarpellary superior. For example, this is a berry of mango. Okay, this is a berry of mango, and this is a drupe. This is a drupe of coconut. Okay, this is a drupe of mango and that of coconut. This is epicarp. Epicarp is very thin in both fruits. Epicarp is very thin. And endocarp is stony in both fruits. Stony. This fruit is characterized by stony endocarp. Endocarp is very strong and stony. Okay. But what about the mesocarp in mango? Mesocarp is fleshy. Mesocarp is fleshy and edible part. Mesocarp is fleshy and edible. What is the edible part of mango? Mesocarp is edible, fleshy and edible. But the mesocarp of coconut, this is fibrous. Fibers, very, very important. Fibers. Valuable fibers are obtained from the mesocarp of the coconut. Coconut, ఈ పీచులు ఉంటాయి చూసారా? ఈ పీచు అనేది అక్కడ ఫైబర్ అనేది mesocarp. Commercially useful. It is used in the preparation of ropes, mats, hats, pillows, whatever it may be, beds, land water things. The fibers obtained from the mesocarp of coconut, this is also called coir of commerce. Coir of commerce. ఏమంటారు ఇది? coir of commerce. Coir of commerce. What is coir of commerce? Fibers, mesocarp of coconut, fibers of coconut, that is considered as coir of commerce. Very, very important. ఇప్పుడు చెప్పండి, Mango and coconut both are examples for groups. What are the similarity between these two types of groups? Similarity, apicarp is thin in both fruits. Endocarp is stony in both fruits. But what is the dissimilarity between these two fruits? How? The mesocarp of coconut and it is differs from that of mango. How? What is the difference between mesocarp of these two fruits? Mesocarp in mango, this is fleshy and edible. But this is fibrous. This is fibrous in case of Cocos muscipula. That is the difference between these two. Both fruits are single-seeded fruits. Single-seeded fleshy fruit. Anni fleshy fruits lekante it is single-seeded fleshy fruits. Okay? Kabatti in all of these they are examples for fleshy fruits. Berry, pome, pepper, hesperidium, blue. Okay na? ఇవి మనం గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాల్సిన పాయింట్స్. అలాగే ఇంకో రెండు విషయాలు మనం very important. You know, second category of fruits are called dry fruits. Okay, dry fruits. These type of dry fruits they are represented by pericarp remain dry and it is not differentiated into apicarp, mesocarp and endocarp. Again, these dry fruits divided into dry dehiscent fruits, dry indehiscent fruits. Now coming to the dry dehiscent fruits, very important. Dry dehiscent fruit. ఒక రెండు రకాల ఫ్రూట్స్ ఇక్కడ నేను డిస్కస్ చేస్తాను. డ్రై డెహిసెంట్ ఫ్రూట్ ఏంటి రిలేటెడ్ తేడా అని అంటే సమ్ ఆఫ్ ద డ్రై ఫ్రూట్స్ దే అండర్గో స్ప్లిట్టింగ్ అట్ మెచ్యూరిటీ ఆఫ్ ద ఫ్రూట్ లిబరేటింగ్ ద సీడ్స్. మనం చూస్తాం కొన్ని రకాల ఫ్రూట్స్ బాగా ఎండిపోయిన తర్వాత స్ప్లిట్ అవుతాయి. స్ప్లిట్ అయ్యి విత్తనాలు చేస్తున్నాయి. కొన్ని రకాల డ్రై ఫ్రూట్స్ ఉంటాయి స్ప్లిట్ కావు, అట్లాగే ఉంటాయి. The dry fruits, some of the dry fruits they split at maturity to liberate the seeds. They are called dry dehiscent. Dehiscent means splitting, breaking. But some of them they do not split even at maturity. అలాంటి వాటిలో విత్తనాలు స్ప్లిట్ అవడం వల్ల రిలీజ్ అవుతాయి dehiscent fruits. కానీ what about indehiscent fruits? Indehiscent fruits they never dehisce even at maturity. But how the seeds are liberated out from these fruits? After the disintegration of pericarp, decomposition of pericarp. Pericarp మొత్తం decompose అయిపోయింది. అప్పుడు విత్తనాలు బయటపడి మొదలెడతాయి. కానీ డ్రై డెహిసెంట్ ఫ్రూట్స్ లాగా కాదు. ఇలా ఎలా అవుతాయి? స్ప్లిట్ అవుతాయి. స్ప్లిట్ అయ్యి పగిలిపోతాయి. Now coming to dry dehiscent fruits. There are two types of dry dehiscent fruits. One is legume. One is legume. This is also called pod. Second one capsule. This is a capsule. Here anything tell. Legume fruit is generally present in Leguminaceae. Leguminaceae means Fabaceae. Some of the examples, one is bean and pea, etc. Bean and pea. Beans, pea. ఇవేం చేస్తాయి బాగా ఎండిపోయిన తర్వాత ఫ్రూట్ పగులుతాయి ఒకసారి. ఎలా పగులుతుంది ఫ్రూట్ అని అంటే ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ దిస్ ఇస్ pea fruit. At maturity of this fruit, this fruit is dorsi-ventrally dehisced into two equal halves. రెండు భాగాలుగా ఎట్లా పగిలిపోతాయి. Dorsi-ventrally, this fruit is dorsi-ventrally dehisced into two parts, liberating the seeds. మనం చెప్పాము ఇదే రకమైన ఫ్రూట్స్ లో bean లో what type of presentation is there? Marginal presentation. This is fruit. The ventral suture of the fruit, ventral suture of the ovary, it forms the placenta. Many ovaries are present in two vertical rows, and this fruit at maturity it dehisces into two equal halves, liberating the seeds present in the marginal presentation. Examples, this is bean and pea. But what type of ovary it participate in this formation of legume? Unicarpellary, unilocular, half inferior, half superior ovary. Half inferior, half superior ovary. Unicarpellary, unilocular, half inferior, half superior ovary helps in the formation of this legume. Example, pea, bean. Dorsi-ventrally dehisced into two equal halves at maturity. That is legume. But next one is capsule. It is developed from multicarpellary multilocular, either superior ovary or inferior ovary. ఇక్కడ superior ovary అయినా ఉండొచ్చు, inferior ovary అయినా ఉండొచ్చు. కానీ కార్పెల్స్ అనేక ఉంటాయి, లాక్యూల్స్ అనేక ఉంటాయి. Multicarpellary, multilocular, either superior ovary or inferior ovary. This is called capsule. Okay, these capsules, some of the best examples, cotton and datura. Cotton and ఇవి ఎలా బాగుతాయి అని అంటే there are different kinds of capsules and they dehisce in different ways. రకరకాలు ఉన్నాయి, అవన్నీ మీకు అవసరం లేదు. రకరకాల క్యాప్సూల్స్ ఉన్నాయి, రకరకాలుగా బాగుతాయి. కానీ లెగ్యూమ్ అయితే ఎలా బాగుతుంది, dorsiventral two equal halves, but capsules they dehisce in different manner. Some of the examples for these capsules, one is cotton and another one is datura. So these dry fruits, they dehisce at maturity to liberate the seeds. Dry dehiscing fruits, two types. One is legume and other one is capsules. Okay, ఇది ఓకే, మళ్ళీ అక్కడి నుంచి కంటిన్యూ చేస్తాం.